It doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant. We'll ask.
Cool,
That's
he's cool.
part of the pleasure. Oh, did we hit the live button again? Yes.
Are we live?
It looks like we did. Sorry, everybody. We're
Oh.
coming in a little hot. You know,
We are. We're making
once
some
again.
last minute changes to the show here. I mean, literally
Yeah.
live as this happening in the last 60 seconds to 90 seconds. We've made a complete 180 on what we're about
We
to
really
do.
have. We really have. It's going to be fun. I think it's kind of exciting whenever it's number one, minimal agenda tonight. We want to interact with all of y'all just to lay that out there. We do have things we'll talk about and stuff, but of course there's been some news we probably should address. But, you know, beyond that, we've just got us another live night. Blasey,
we
the
do,
one-man
man.
posse, live from Props. If he will
man.
tilt his head just a little bit. Oh, man, that's almost like seeing the eclipse and the diamond that happened in the eclipse, you know, all of that. Bam.
Bam, that's something else, isn't it?
Dealing
Crazy.
with
That's like a reflection too. Like that's not the direction of the sun. The sun's the opposite direction.
Oh,
It's hitting
okay.
the corner of this.
So it's
glass
just
right here
hitting-
and just peering like just through a prism right to the back of my head. My back of my head is on fire right now.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's
Got to give a
fine.
shout out before we dive any further to Iggy. Iggy's been in this chat for 30 minutes. That's fantastic.
Freaking
We have
awesome.
Gary Cantrell
Oh, the
checking
cocktail.
in. That's what's up. That's what up. We got Texas Hillbilly. I loved his unboxing of the cologne and all of the Bubba
Oh, yeah.
swag that he got.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
fantastic. We've got Bubba Fan 69 in here, and he's saying, "Don't change the name. I love the names Tigs and Biggs." And look, I mean, it's already been settled. Everybody,
I don't
there's no changing my mind. There's no
I
changing.
don't know. We got there's I don't
Lacey's
know about all
mind.
that. That's the whole purpose of the show, Brantley. What are you talking about? Let's sit here. We got to sort this out on air. Like I don't know, dude.
guess so.
I mean, there's yeah. I mean,
guess
I don't know,
so.
dude. I mean, seriously. Like I know Jr. Like, look. I mean, we go back. Let's be real for a minute here. You go back to June 1st, 2023. And the week prior to that, we all three were in very strong discussions about changing the show. Right? You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And do you
I do.
remember what happened
I
on
do.
June 1st, 2023?
I really do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were discovered suddenly by Bubba the Love Sponge.
Absolutely none other
He
than
found
Bubba
the
the Love
clip
Sponge.
of Blasey explaining Bubba like no one else on earth can.
Yes, he
really,
did.
honestly,
He
you're
found us
gifted
that
with
day.
it.
He found us that day. That's the day I was up in Opelika, Alabama, at a hospital. My buddy, and we're gonna call him Jason Bourne because I don't know what he does, but anyway, he works for the government somehow. But I call him Jason Bourne, and Bourne calls me and says, "Dude, are you listening to the show?" He's a big Bubba fan. He's one of those that never chimes in, but he listens all the time. And I was like, "No, man, I'm not. You know what are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude, Bubba's been talking about y'all for like 30 minutes." I was like, "Dude, you're kidding me? Like, it's 0% chance what you're talking about." Of course,
Yeah.
get on there, and I realized, like, oh yeah, he has discovered this clip of us talking about him. So,
Yeah.
which brings me to actually, I'm gonna back up for a minute. I'm gonna get off the rails here, Brantley. You're gonna be like, "What is he talking
Okay.
about?"
I love it.
So speaking of Jason Bourne, so Bourne lived next door to me for like a couple of years, and we would just exchange pleasantries in the driveway. "How's it going, man? Good, buddy. How are you?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boom, back into our houses. Yeah, that was it. And we never even hung out. And then one night, he's out in the driveway hanging out with some buddies, and I was like, "Man, you know, this is kind of messed up. He's over there having a beer. I mean, I like to drink a beer. Just gonna walk over." And dude, I walk over and was like, "What's up? What's going on?" And then he said, hey, you know, this is so-and-so. Good to see you. It's a friend of mine. And then he goes back into his conversation. And he starts talking, and he starts telling me, man, he said, "Yeah, dude," he said, "what's crazy is," and he brings up Hulk Hogan, and he starts talking and, you know, going on. And I was like, "Man, what are you talking about?" He said, "Oh, man, it's just a guy on the radio that I listen to all the time." He said, "His name's Bubba the Love Sponge." And I was like, "Oh, really?" You know? I was like, "Dude, I've been listening to Bubba for years."
Right.
And dude, right then a friendship was formed. So we've been great friends ever since. But yeah, we were, you know, like two two schoolgirls out there in the driveway talking all this Bubba Carney stuff, you know, and getting so Bubba brings
Dude, it's what
friendships
happens
together too, you know. Yeah,
It does. It does. I think that's why a lot of people are in this room right now is because of those kind of bonds that happen through Bubba the Love Sponge and the Bubba Army, no doubt.
Yep.
Anyhow, continue.
That's it. Well, so anyway, so I kind of let me go back to what we're talking about here. So, look, like at that point, we're really thinking about changing the name of the show, but now all of a sudden you explored us, and we're getting all these followers. We increased by like 200%. We had what, 75 followers or something? We
Something like that, yeah. And then
it grew exponentially overnight. We had like 200 or 300, and so it was like, man, we got to stay here. This is kind of our name, you know what I mean? Because you know, initially the show, going back to the history of the show, it was your show to begin with, and then I joined in, and then later on JR joined in, and that's when we were making these ideas to change the name. And then now Bubba is the one bringing this back up again. You know, he's like Biggs and Tigs and, you know, all this stuff. And
he can't ever get it right.
And he's like, I think they need to change their name. But Bubba, here's the irony of the situation. Bubba's the reason. Probably our name has stayed the same over the past year. It's because of Bubba. So the guy that's asking us to change our name is also the reason why our name is still the same.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
And thus, we can discuss this all night long, but we ain't changing the damn name, everybody. This was a classic bait and a classic no switch. No switch. No, but I mean, it is fun. We really, truly did consider doing that a year ago, and you know, kind of is
really
this
close to happening? Because
we were like, okay,
before we brand ourselves too much.
That's right. We haven't before we get a ton of traction here. You know, we have an opportunity. Maybe we should rename this something else or whatever. Though none of us could ever think of any other names, and it's just stuck, and then bam. I mean, it was like 2 days before
Bubba the Love Sponge,
and then Bubba took us off
forever. Yep,
that's right.
He'll always be held, you know, in high regard in the history of
for sure
show of the one that made the name stick and stay. So
you know, no doubt. My boy Don Rain says 2 schoolgirls. It sounds like Tigs and Shane. Had to put that up there. Shane is my neighbor. He lives down the street. Bless his heart. He has to deal with me a lot, and you know, so we can be little divas sometimes. I do believe.
Oh, for sure. You know, that's just all part of the process.
Lacey, check out this jersey.
I'm trying to see it. Like you sent a picture of it earlier.
I don't want to.
I can't see it.
See if I can maybe stand up a little. You can see it.
What is that?
That, my friends, is the Baton Rouge Rougarou.
Oh,
I mean, what a hell of a name for a baseball team. The Rougarou, baby.
See, I'd never heard of them. I was trying to, what am I reading there? I can't understand.
Yes,
Rougarou,
yes.
That is a great name.
Got to give a shout out to Casey McKenzie and Ronnie Rantz, Ronnie Jumbo Rantz. Love that dude. They run that show. They promote the hell out of it. They do a great job of everything. And I'm looking forward. I've never been to a game. And the season tonight is actually their opener. They start tonight. You can go online and watch them. I think they have the sickest threads in the minor league baseball game. And they play some fun teams like the Gumbo Gators out of Lake Charles, the Victoria Generals. All these teams have really fun logos and things like that, but none better than the freaking Rougarou.
I love the biscuits over there too, and you get all these Mary's cat head biscuits, you know.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! It's just fun. That's fun. I play a video baseball game called Super Mega Baseball 4, and it's fun. It's entertaining, but it does have real life people like All Stars and Babe Ruth and people, you know, they're in there, but they're all cartoon figures.
Yeah,
they're not really. It's not regular graphics, but it's a lot of fun. So shout out to Super Mega Baseball 4. And while we're on video games, holy shit, dude, have you seen the preview to EA Sports College Football 2024?
Man, I've been watching it, and I've been watching all these things drop and all the different elements within the game and the things you're going to be able to do and all this other. It's pretty wild, like all the stuff how it's opened back up and all the cool stuff that they're going to be able to do. So yes, I have. It's going to be cool. Now, I mean, I'll be honest with you. By the time that came out, I got where I wasn't playing the games as much. I watched people play them. I just didn't really dive off into that. But I think it's super cool that you can bring back all the players. You can bring back coaches. You can bring back, the stadiums. You can choose every day. Dial in at every level, so that's going to be so cool.
The problem is that I can't play it on a PC. You have to it's only on the new latest Xbox and the PlayStation 5 for now, which kind of sucks for me. 'Cause it means I've got to go buy a damn PlayStation 5 so I can play this game. Shucks. Yeah, I mean, just sucks. Texas Hillbilly, he likes the purple theme that we have. He thinks it makes our videos and posts stick out. I appreciate that. That's great feedback. That's great feedback to have. And Gary Cantrell, he likes the purple too. He thinks we should use it on all our thumbnails to make them pop. I appreciate that. That's great feedback. I do too. And it's not because of the LSU. It's just a nice color.
I like the purple. I like the purple and white. Since you change with that, I think that's a good look right now.
I do too.
Now that may change. We may make decisions to change some of our logos.
I can assure you that stuff will change. We're too tinkery with stuff that'll change.
Is something that really convinced me is when I started wearing the shirts around. And dude, I couldn't wear that shirt anywhere. Nobody even understanding it was a podcast. And then people would stop and smile and point and talk and like, dude, I love your shirt. And it was a conversation starter over and over and over again. And it still is. It's like, man, this is such a cool name. If I just put, whatever on there, nobody's probably going to ask what that is.
That's right.
They're just going to move on, So it's like, dude, this is such an attention getter. And it's such a cool name. I think eventually, especially when we really take some of our merch and really take it to the next level on some things. We already got a couple of cool things in there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Dude, I just think from a brand standpoint, just inside talk here, I think from a brand standpoint, that could be a pretty cool brand down the road. Life is good and some of these Salt Life and some of this stuff, dude. I think it's that cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
for sure. And as this thing grows, that the vibe has to start to vibrate out amongst everyone, and I think that's going to start happening. We're working on merch behind the scenes. A lot of contacts have been made between myself, Blasey, and the handler with different merch folks and things like that. So that's going to be beefing up. Hopefully, we'll get hats. What kind of interest out there? Y'all give us some thoughts in the chat. What are some merch things that you'd like to see? Do you like cotton shirts? Do you like those thinner kind of sports shirts? I love those. They're breathable, whatever you call them. They're polyester. Those things. What kind of stuff do y'all like? Would you like hats? Do we need to make a cologne? Do we? I mean, I'd love to do that. That's a story that I do want to ask Bubba whenever we finally do have him on the show, is like, how the hell did we get to cologne, and how did you pick this scent and all? I haven't heard anybody that's got it yet that's been like, it's terrible. Now,
no. Yeah.
I gotta know.
I agree. Everybody's talked about how good it smells. It's such a good product. And the bottle itself, you put a lot of attention into that. It's etched in there in the bottle instead of just some sticker laid on top. It's just like those shoes, man. Like those Bubba ones. Like, I'm jealous I don't have those. I can't wait for the Bubba 2s. Those black and red ones. I'm all over those. Like, I'm getting in all that action.
Iggy thinks we should go with gold shoes with a fat guy on the side, maybe. I think that could work. I think we've got the guy in the house that can make this work. I don't know if I can get the elevation like Bubba did to take the picture for that. I mean, he got all of 6 to 8 inches off the ground on that sucker, and unbelievable. Yeah, koozies. Purple koozies. All right. Yeah, purple koozies, white writing. I think that could play. I think we could probably get that in play quick, actually.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Good idea. Good idea. Stickers. My daughter's in college. I've had other kids that are into marketing and stuff that are in college that have been wanting me to get stickers. Like, we'll just stamp these things all over LSU and everywhere else. Like, yeah, guerrilla marketing. Great idea. Great idea. So that's Yeah, see, that's good. That's what's so fun about the chat and doing these things live is you
Thing
can get
rolling, that's it.
instant feedback, and it is helpful for us. We want to grow with y'all. Y'all grow with it. We're good. This is a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. If I have to be
It does.
cliche here, and look, before we kind of dive off into the next thing, make sure that you hit this subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're really, really getting closer to hitting 1,000 subscribers. That's our goal. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get there. You guys help us share this, like it. I took a lady's phone last night and said, "Hey, you have YouTube on your phone?" She's like, "Well, yeah, I love watching YouTube." And I went, "Okay, yeah, let me see your phone." Put it in there. Hit subscribe. I said, "Now you're subscribed to my podcast." She was giddy. It was great. So
I need to start doing that, just going up and down the beach. You know what I mean, in the morning. Hey,
you need to,
excuse me,
before you
can I
leave
see
there
your phone
tonight,
for a
every
moment?
single damn person that's in there, you go to them. We need to get to 1,000 people. We
There's
need
no
y'all's
reason
help.
We can't get to 1,000. We can get
No.
there. We're gonna get.
We're
there soon.
rolling hard.
Everything changes at 1,000. That's when we can actually start doing more things, and it gets super cool.
Able we're so close. Just a little more inside baseball here. We're so daggum close with watch hours. You have to have a certain amount of watch hours. You have to have a certain amount of followers.
Yep.
If we can get both of those like within the next 45 to 50 days, then we're gonna hit it. We need
Yes.
like 800 or 900 more watch hours. We need y'all to start sharing. And we're going the month of June. We're going to be pumping the hell out of videos. We need you guys to make sure you're sharing them, watching them, and doing all that stuff. But it's about to crank up. Kind of our whole plan was to amp this bad boy up in June, and we're there now.
Standpoint, we are. All right, I got a call literally 25 minutes before this started, and buddy of mine, Todd Moat, calls me, and Moat's talk. He's been playing golf down here at Camp Creek. Awesome golf course, by the way. Probably my favorite golf course on earth. But anyway, he got invited to come play. Super expensive if you have to pay. I've never had to pay. But so
nice.
Anyway, coming back, and he's driving back up to Geneva, Alabama, is where he lives, and we're talking. He said, "Man, I need you to settle something for me." He said, our buddy, Brett Tucker. He said, "Tucker is adamant that y'all do one show and y'all chop it around. Y'all put it on the podcast. Y'all make it a live stream, and it's part of your TV show too. It's just one." I was like, he said, "I'm telling him it's two." And I was like, "Well, look, both of y'all are wrong." I was like, "It's actually three." I was like, "We've been doing three here lately." I was like, "We're doing the Bubba exclusive podcast. We're doing the live streams like we're doing right now, and then we've been putting in the can our TV show." I was like,
"That's right.
It's been dang 3 a week, you know." So
we've been doing 3 a days. We did it.
Yeah.
We did do 3 one day, didn't we? Or did we do 3 in 2 days?
I know we did 2 in one day.
We definitely did back to back.
We did, yeah. One interview, and then we went right into the Bubba. That was our very first Bubba pod. I did it here.
That's
out
right.
In the main lobby. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, his son hates school. Our little kid, our junior correspondents, our TIGSbits, whatever we want to call them.
TIGSbits. I love that. That's perfect. Bam! That's what it is.
I heard that today, and between Murphy, Hale, Noah at the house, they were all there today, and Amanda. One of them said it. I can't remember who said it. They said it. I was like, I like that. And
that's brilliant.
But they were in the studio today doing some stuff this morning just by themselves. I was getting them started. I just walked away, just let them go. But back to Todd Moat, his son. He fishes a lot competitively in high school and all, and or middle school. I'm sorry, I think he's middle school. Yeah.
Oh, that's the guy that you've sent me pictures
of Alan,
fishing.
His son,
Yeah.
He is also doing. Maybe he's in high school now. Maybe he's freshman. But yeah. So anyway, whatever. Sorry, Todd. But and I know Todd's listening right now, probably going, "Dude, I can't believe you don't know how old my son is." But he does stuff. He just started doing some stuff for the local high school, like the TV station, and they're a radio network covering like sports for Geneva sports, and he's starting to do some broadcast stuff, and like he does all this fishing stuff. It's like, dude, we'll start getting some content there. He can join our TIGSbits crew here, or whatever we're gonna call it.
Tigs wants to join the TIGSbits crew when we start doing that.
They'll probably take
That's my love language, bro.
Come down here and do all these reviews. It's these cool places to hang out.
Yeah, it's just
that's gonna be a
starting
cool
to get tough, isn't
for the
it?
Kids. Yeah, it is. And they're
I
they're pumped up. I was smiling today. I got a picture I took of them. I think I sent it to you. I don't know if I sent it to you or
Well,
not.
I found, and since we use Riverside as well to do recordings, I just hopped in there and I was like, oh, what the hell is this? And I started, I just, you can preview it. So I pressed play and started previewing. And I went, oh, hell, they did it. It was hell and Murphy. And I went, oh, this is going to be great. And I was like, do I need to put this out now? Am I going to have to edit this at all? Is it ready to go? It's like, you'll have to edit it some. Okay, so we'll put it out next week. But still, awesome. That's going to be something. I think that people are going to enjoy that too. They've loved Murphy when he's shown up and he's been on these lives. And then what did you ask them to give their experience, didn't you, of the Justin Moore concerts? They've both had the full backstage access.
We just both got back, and so, Brantley went on Sunday. I went on Friday night to a Justin Moore concert with, the handler just laying everything out for us and like full access, all access, unbelievable experience within itself.
Lord.
That was crazy. So I got to take my son Hale, then he took Riley, took the whole family there. And so we had Murphy about a year ago went to a Justin Moore concert in Panama City Beach. Similar situation. So they sat down and just talked about what their experience was like. You know what I mean? Like what did you find cool? What did you do? What did you like? What's funny? Both of them on their notes, Hale had eating at Raising Cane's was part of it, and the other one he had Dairy Queen in it.
Look right here, the fine folks
in there. That's right. That's right.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it.
It is.
We need to get Riley's take. We need to get Riley's take too. I'll add it in. I'll get his take, and then I can add it into this too. But I think I think it's an awesome perspective to see what it's like from a kid's point of view. Like, so the handler, just before Justin goes on, we're over by the bar, of course, and I'm leaning on the bar.
The bar, by the way,
just to stay out of the way.
The bar is on stage.
The bar is on stage. Yeah, this is the band's bar.
Yes.
Side stage bar. Yeah. So I'm just hanging out over there, and JR comes up, and he's like, hey, by the way, JR's not here with us tonight because he is on the road traveling to Napa Valley for some shows with Justin Moore this weekend.
He got delayed. He was going to try to come home out there.
He was going to hop on, but he got delayed. He's in the airport. He's about to be boarding a plane somewhere. He could pop up in the chat. Who knows? But he came up and he was
catch me if you can. You know what I mean? So where you going tonight, JR? Where you going? Somewhere cool?
Yes, he is going somewhere cool.
He's heading out to Napa to do shows.
I mean, no offense. I mean, the Denham Springs concert kicked ass, and the whole event was fantastic. That's where I ran into Casey McKenzie. It gave me this shirt to wear and all of that stuff. But you got your handler shirt on. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Dang right, I did.
Yes, you do. I wore mine yesterday on our Bubba show that will be coming out tomorrow. It will be coming out tomorrow exclusively on the Bubba Army. And we talked a lot about this, so we're not going to bore y'all with this and rehash everything tonight. Listen to the show tomorrow. We go pretty extensively into that whole deal and how awesome it was. But the best moment out of the whole thing for me, and I did not say this on the show yesterday, was JR comes up and he goes, I need you, whenever we go out there, you can stand right here and stand here. I wanted to capture JR introducing Justin Moore coming on. I was like, cool, okay. And then it got closer to the time where, we're about to go, and I said, I'm going to send Riley out there. I'm going to let him go do this. And he was like, all right. I mean, I wanted to go do it badly, but I was like, this would be awesome. And then the next thing I know, I did say this, the next thing I know, I'm looking over there. I'm kind of by the guitar player and all the guitar stuff, and bam, right behind the drums, standing up and recording is Riley, recording the perfect crowd shot to 10,000 people, going crazy. And when Justin Moore hits the stage at the first song.
Dude,
unbelievable.
That's one of the best videos. Like that, I watched that video literally probably.
I have too. It's so cool.
15, 20 times over and over. Just him hitting that. Just, you know what I mean? Because what's cool is the vocals. That there's no monitor coming back to them.
Yeah,
It's
you
all in their
can't hear the
ears.
vocals really
So
coming
you're just
back.
hearing that muted sound and nothing on audio and just those drums.
And then I love
It's
it when
just
he
like,
hit
and he's
the
up there
and
and it's
he'll hit the
rocking.
cymbal.
Yeah,
It's
it's like,
yeah, dude.
you know, they're
It's a
jamming.
whole.
It's a whole
I
different
didn't know what
perspective.
the sound and all was going to feel like and be like, but dude, on that stage in Denham Springs, if you walked to the front, like where the bar and all part was, that floor was vibrating. Just, it was like, oh, this is amazing. It was so awesome. The only thing is you just can't hear the vocals as you know, like you would,
Yeah.
like you can out there
Yeah,
in the
I
crowd.
finally
But you
found
know
when I
what?
walk up
I
to
don't
where-
care. I
where
knew
it's
all
just-
the words.
Oh yeah, I was the same way. It was like I was trading that off. Now I did go back out in the crowd and go around. I went to this spot, a giant area between the crowds that nobody could go unless you had an all-access pass.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so they had them like behind the fence, and they had them. I'm right there at the stage, and just like nobody's around me, and because we could go everywhere we wanted to. That was so
You
cool.
really
But,
could.
so I'd go
All
back and
access
forth.
truly meant all access.
Yeah, I could literally go from the front of the stage recording video, go back around, walk inside, walk back up, and be on the stage within 60 seconds. You know what I mean? Like there
Yeah.
was zero interference through that
Nope.
range. Like,
So fun.
I mean, I'm sitting there playing it cool, dude. Like, I wanted. You talk about. I want to flop your fingers, dude. I feel like a kid. Like I was grinning, walking
Unreal,
around, smiling.
yeah,
I was
dude.
making videos. I showed you. I'm walking through there. Like, oh, you want to go to the green room? You know what I mean? Like just like such a kid. You know. That was beyond cool. Hey, I played cool. Like when people couldn't see me, I was acting like a fool and grinning and laughing. I would show up and all of a sudden walk out of a door where people could see me, and I'd get all cool again. Like, yeah, what's up? You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I was
do
just
this every
sitting here
day.
checking it out, making sure they had everything they
Kinda how I
needed.
roll, you know, what's up, dog?
Unbelievable, man. Yeah, so I could totally get used to that. But like JR says, you know, we're on the stage. He was having fun too. He was loose. We were just, you know, having a good time. Hey, he's like, finally, because this is the only 2 hours of JR's day where it's fun, really. You know, the rest of the time he's having all these bandmates and trucks and tour. Like he's having to book hotel rooms and book all this stuff. Like JR's job, as amazing as it is for 2 hours, just like 100 times a year, those other 200 plus days, they ain't that much fun. And I kind of, being backstage, I kind of see some of those backstage shenanigans that they have to deal with. It's the people running the event and security, lack thereof, or whatnot. That was not the case there at Denham or anything like that. Just, I could see where conflict can
As long as
arise, and the
everything
people
is-
that were back there, that as the night went on, they were kind of pushed out. Yeah, it's like, you didn't need to be back here.
Yeah, no, I get it. And as long as everything is moving like it should be moving, and everybody's doing their job, and everything's rolling fine, everything's cool. But it's like,
Yeah.
he's got to be on, when it doesn't, you've got to make that adjustment in the moment.
Quick.
You got to make because this thing rolls, like it doesn't stop, and there's still
Yeah.
time, there's cutoffs, and they can only play till this time, and like, you got to get them on and off the stage. You got to do, there's a lot going on.
There's a
there,
lot
man.
going on. There's a lot
So
more
I tried to
going
stay
on
out
than
as
I
late when
really
got there,
realized.
even though we're close
Yeah.
buddies, like I got there, I was super like, dude, hey, thank you. Just do your thing, and then he
Yep.
he would do his thing, come back in. You good, dude? I'm great. Like, are you kidding me? I'm
Yeah, I'm
walking
just
around everywhere I want to walk
fantastic.
around. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sit in the green room for a little bit. I'll be cool. Like, don't worry about me. Let me go hang out on the tour bus for a little while. Which
Exactly.
tour bus would you like to choose of these three?
That's right. No joke.
Oh yeah. It was
Yeah,
rough.
dude. So hey, we kind of I don't know how we got this far into the show.
Oh.
What about the Trump verdict today? I mean,
Unbelievable, dude. That's crazy.
mean-
That's crazy, man. That is wild.
yeah,
That's
that
wild.
is
Dude,
wild.
that is unbelievable. Like I really didn't. Well, when I heard him come back that early, I was like, God, they're about to really convict him of something here. Like he's fixing to be found guilty of something. And it's like I knew it. And dude, I'm not like, again, I've been kind of vocal in this. I've always been more of an independent and centrist and
Right,
look
right.
at different views, and you know what I mean. But like, man, this is just wild. This is crazy town, man. I just can't believe this is actually happening, like in front of us. Like it's really happening. It's wild, dude.
It is
It's
wild.
crazy,
It
man.
is.
It's just wild. Yeah.
But it's
I'm just kinda
it's
speechless 'cause I can't believe it
unprecedented
actually
stuff.
happened. It is. It is. And I tell
That's
you
the thing.
what,
Yes, I really didn't think it would happen either. It's like, I thought there'd be a hung jury or something, you know. But all this just goes back to prove that Bubba was right, and it all went back to that Stormy Daniels, you know,
It did.
you know, it is what it is. I don't think this hurts. I don't think
And
this is going to hurt him at all.
I think it all started
think
with
I
Bubba's
think it's
hog
going to
trial.
help him,
If there'd never
actually.
been a hog trial, there probably never would have been Stormy Daniels. There'd probably never been a Hogan sex tape. There'd have probably never been all this. It would have never happened had they not gone after Bubba in that hog trial. You know,
That's where it
when they
started.
said,
And Bubba
yeah,
said that tonight. I mean,
yes, it
it's it is. It is true. It is true. Oh, we got Xerxes in the house. All right. All right.
yeah.
Paul says it's complete bull. Yeah, I mean, it is. Not going to dive into politics. It's too divisive. Don't care what side you're on. It's an odd thing. It's definitely one of the first, at least any time in my lifetime that I've ever seen really anything like this with a presidential candidate that potentially has now 34 counts of felonies leading in the polls and will most likely win. I did see something today that this has happened in the past, and it was a Chat GPT thing. I'd have to pull it all up. I don't want to stop the show to do this, but apparently it has happened many years ago where somebody was in a similar situation, but they didn't win. They didn't actually win. So,
Well,
chaos. You wanted chaos. You're about to get chaos.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I'll hush and we'll move on. But I'll tell you what I did do. As soon as I saw the verdict, I went to the Donald Trump website, and it was like he already had it prepared. You know, I'm a political prisoner. Yeah, the whole deal.
Rigged.
Hey, I tell you what I did do. I'm telling you this. Here's the problem. Like I'll be honest with you. If it had been opposite, and people had gone after like somebody who was a Democrat the same way, I would be just as pissed, man. I really would be. Authentically, I would be like, this is messed up, man. I don't like it.
It's a waste of everybody's time.
My Trump
and
sign's
resources.
on the way, and it's going in my yard, and we can move on. So I didn't have one. wasn't going to have one until I saw that. Anyway,
see, this is what it's going to. You ain't alone. I won't, but you're not alone. A lot of people are going to feel that
It'll
way.
be a landslide just out of principle. It's like, dude, you can't start.
It really will, man.
Put your opponent in prison.
It's just, but how wild is that? What do you think other countries like look at America
Look at
and
us,
think
like,
that
you
it's?
ass
I mean,
clowns,
it's just
what they
a
think.
shit
Look
show.
at this shit show.
That's what it is.
You got to buy. You got to barely walk. You got Donald Trump, the apprentice guy. Like, like what is happening?
What
over
is
here?
happening?
This is wild town over here. Yeah, so,
I think we're getting closer and closer to Joe Rogan continues to talk about AI and AI president at some point in time. I could see that this happening.
An AI president, huh?
An AI president, yeah.
That'd be perfect. Just a perfect candidate, huh?
Yeah, and he asked. So on the latest, he dropped shows all the time. I'm trying to remember who was on. Oh, it was Brian Redman.
Pence seems like he's AI. He's like an AI looking guy.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's just a complete robot. Yeah. He
looks like a good guy that you just want to have, shake his hand and smile with.
I don't think he's real. I think he's a fake man.
I think so too. I think he's our first AI politician.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, dude.
He did that for 4 years.
It was Rogan with Brian Redman, or is it Redman? Redman. That's on Kill Tony. That's on the show Kill Tony. Yeah. He's like the Red Band. He's the dude. Yeah, Red Band. Anyhow, he was on Rogan, and they talked AI. They talked all that stuff. I mean, it's a wild thought, but honest to God, it's not like they go into Chat GPT and talk about what would it do, and then it starts spitting this stuff out, and it sounded just like a politician, a good politician though, and how it would use community outreach and how all this kind of stuff. Everything that
not out of this world. It's not out of this.
It's
realm.
not out of this world.
No,
I think in 50 years it could be very much so a part of this world. Because I think the lines will be blurred within a decade of you don't know what you're watching, if it's real or if it's fake. You have no idea. It's already to that point of where it's good.
Is it live or is it Memorex? You remember those commercials?
Hey, it's where we're going. I mean, that's really and truly where we're going, man. It's nuts. It is nuts.
Tigs, I think I told you just before we came on that, like, last second, literally last second, it was 7 o'clock. We're about to go live. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to give us, since JR can't be here, and now that I'm up to 16 microphones, um, I happened to set an extra microphone up just in case there happened to be a special guest that walked into the house. So I'm about to pursue that second guest. He's run off. He's like a dog. You let him off the leash, he'll take off running. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to talk about some stuff, talk about what's going on, update him on some of the changes that's going on, like with our TV show. I'm just going to go round up our special guest and
go do
bring
it.
him right back. And then once I have him here, we'll get him on, and then we will have a cool conversation. So, all right.
I like
I'll
it.
be right back. All right.
Go get him. Yeah, so we've got some changes that'll be coming up with the show. We're moving. We had not really a misunderstanding. The whole conversation that we had was that the show, our TV show, would start in June. Well, that's when their quarter starts. So we just kind of like, okay, it's June 1st. I had a panic attack earlier in the week, like, oh my Lord, we've got to get these shows out. We've got them in the can, but I haven't completed, all of the editing process. I just hadn't finished everything, tighten it up, transition, stuff you have to do for TV that we don't have to do, necessarily for this. So I kind of had that panic attack, and then we realized you can breathe a little sigh of relief that this is going to start in July. So we'll actually start going live, or not going live. We'll actually start our TV show. The TIGSbits show will actually start in July all across the country. So more stuff coming from that. Gives us a little bit more time to lock in some more amazing guests like we've had. So that's fantastic. JR has some tricks up his sleeve. You can listen to that. We kind of just go into it whenever we were doing our Bubba Army show yesterday. And so, yeah, more stuff will be coming from that. And look, again, if you're enjoying this conversation with us, do us a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button. Join our TIGSbits community. We're on that mission to reach 1,000 subscribers. And I think with your help, I know with your help, we're going to get there. So just subscribing means you don't miss any future episodes that we have coming on or anything like that. It just helps us. We're trying to grow. And obviously, a lot of you guys are listening to this audio on our podcast platforms. The numbers have really, really spiked over the last month or so. And just like, wow, okay. Not only is the show being watched, listened to on Bubba, it's also y'all are coming over, and it's really starting to grow our brand, if you will, too. So we appreciate all of you. We can't do it without you. We're just having so much fun. So many things are happening. It's just nuts. And if you're not following us on our other socials, I know a lot of you are. I recognize a lot of names in the chat. Find us out on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, and everywhere else that you stream your podcast. If you listen to podcasts on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, then you can find us there. It's Amazon Music, Pandora. I think we're just about everywhere you can be. So anyhow, that's kind of a little update on on where we're at. Jason is in the house. What's happening, brother? What's happening? Good to see you. Mortar is, I don't know if I've given you a shout out or hello, Mortar. Good to see you. Tommy Smith is in the house. You know what I really think's happening here, chat? I think Blasey, number one, had to go to the bathroom. We did talk about a guest, and he is going to get the guest. But I have a feeling that Blasey actually had to go to the bathroom and potentially get another beer. We'll see what happens when he comes back. I think he's coming back with a guest, though. We'll see. We will see. He is definitely back in. He's back. He is back. He's setting it up. He's getting it all right. And so yeah, this will be fun. Looking forward to hearing what he has to say. Yeah, Gary says he's breaking the seal. I think that's what he's doing. I think that's what he had to go do, honestly. And that's okay. It's understandable. He's in a brewery. He's at Props. You're going to, he's drinking beer. Why wouldn't you? If you're at Props, you have to. So yeah, this is going to be fun. He's getting him set up right now behind the scenes. We're going to talk a little beer. We're going to talk a little props. Is what we're about to do. And let's, without any further ado, let's bring
Oh,
Blossy,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
one-man posse, back and
And
bring
guess who
in.
we have here, folks? We
Who we
have
got?
the one and only, the owner of Props Brewery, the founder of Props Brewery, is here with us live tonight, folks. He was out here.
Yes.
He was out here sitting outside this window hanging out. I was like, man, we got to get you in here, buddy. I was like, we'd love to talk to you. He said, well, uh, can I cuss? And I was like, well, yeah.
Can I cuss? Of course you can cuss, man. Of course you can cuss. Whatever floats your boat, brother.
It was my biggest question. I was like, oops.
It's a good question. I mean, it really is. So you could go ahead, just get them out. That's what we've done before. You just say them all, and then you don't worry about it. But no, man.
Perfect. Fuck. Okay.
All right. See, there you go. You no longer have to worry
It's
about
out.
it.
It's out of the way.
It's out. It's out.
Got it right
It's
out.
out
You know
of the
what's
way.
funny? I even
Yeah.
looked at him. I was like, look, just the only thing we do, we kind of try to watch the F-bombs. And they,
Yeah.
30 seconds in.
Sure.
Here we go.
Perfect.
But it's what
Yeah,
you
it's
get
okay.
here, though.
That's all right. It's
It's
live. It's live.
Hey, listen. Honestly, I want to say this though. I super appreciate Nate in this. I'm like, he lets me come in here anytime I want to. I mean, I even let them brew beer.
Thank you,
brew,
Nate. I want to thank you too for
Yeah.
putting up with him.
No,
number
it's a
one.
lot. It's a lot.
I know it
Yeah.
is. Trust
but
me.
I
I
gotta
know.
tell you, his tabs are nice. So
It makes up for it, doesn't it?
It really does.
helps. Yeah, I preferred
His
customer.
tabs are nice. Oh my God. It's like the story that time at Snapperheads down on 38. I think I told this one time before. The guy I'd been hanging out there for like a month, had moved down there. I was all highfalutin on 38 and hanging out at this one bar. Been there for about a month, and this guy got mad at me one night, was trying to fight me. We're playing pool. And the owner walked over there and was like, breaking it up. He looked at him, and he looked at me. I never even talked to the owner. He said, listen, and he pointed at that guy. He said, I don't know you. And he looked at me. He said, but this guy's been paying my light bill for the last 2 months. You got to go. And I was like, this is my kind of place.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah, Blakey's he's welcome anytime.
That is good to know. That is good to know. Well, tell us a little bit about how Props got started, man. Like, where did this whole idea originate from? I haven't been there yet. I can't wait, but I know that you started not there, but where else? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, all right, Tigs. So essentially, about 12 years ago, me and my business partner were sitting in our garage making beer, and we were both Air Force pilots, and we were both majors, and we didn't know what the future held because at that time they were kicking people out of the military. And he goes, "Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna open a restaurant." And he goes, "You know what we got to do? We got to open a brew pub." So my partner's Mike Key, and he basically was just like, let's do this. Let's make this happen. And he really didn't give me an option. He's like, hey man, we're going to open this together. And I was like, oh, we're doing this together now. And so the next thing you know, we opened a little restaurant in Fort Walton Beach. That was 12 years ago. And fast forward 12 years to now, we've got a big production brewery. We've had a couple of restaurants. We've sold a couple of restaurants, and we have production in Alabama and Fort Walton Beach.
Oh wow!
We make a lot of beer, and I drink a lot of beer. He doesn't drink as much beer anymore, but yeah, we have a great time.
That is fun. I mean, that's just fun. How hard was it of a process to move from like doing small batches of beer, home brewing, I guess, if you will, to you're doing serious stuff now? Like
it's
fun.
So what we learned over the course of the last decade or so is anybody can make beer, right? You can get online and you can make it. You honestly, anybody can make good beer, but making good beer on the large scale is kind of difficult. So if you go to a brand new brewery that just started out, most of the time you're going to be like, man, their beer is just not there. But give them a couple of years and it gets there, right?
Yeah.
And then if they go into production, every time you step up, it gets harder and harder. And we have a 30 barrel brew house and 60 barrel fermenters. We're fairly big around here, but it took us a long time to get our beer right. So we're very happy with where it's at now, but that process is not something that just, if you can make great beer, it doesn't mean you can make great beer in a huge vat.
Right.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Different ratios, different size.
Oh yeah.
Things probably change whenever they get larger, and
Yep.
I can only imagine that it's just
Absolutely.
it's a science too.
Art and science, right?
It's
Because
just
a
like
little
any-
science, yeah.
Talk
Yeah,
about that
so-
intentional. Talk about that intentional today. It used to be the accidental. Or
So
whatever it
so
was.
we had an IPA and we called it the IPL, the intentional lager. The deal was we completely screwed it up, right? It was a beer that we completely screwed up, and we made a lot of it. And we're like, oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
So we put it out there, but the problem is it turned out pretty good. And then everybody wanted it.
Yeah.
So now we had to recreate it. So we're trying to figure out how to recreate this beer that we screwed up and we didn't have the records on. And so
you were just going to chunk it.
we were going to
Yes.
chunk it, and we were like, all right, thank God it's sold.
Everybody loved
But
it.
yeah, and now we have to recreate it. So we used to call it the audible because we had to audible out of what it was into something else.
Yeah.
Now we call it the intentional. And it's just one of those beers that all kind of stuff gets screwed up in the brewing process. One time I brewed our blonde ale. This is 10 years ago. And instead of putting in the American yeast, I put in a Belgian yeast. So we ended up calling it the Belgian blonde.
Okay. Oh, we lost him.
Where'd he go? How did he leave? Hold on.
I don't know. He didn't leave. He's still in there. All right, we'll have Blasey will get him fixed up. It's fascinating stuff. Chat. What about you guys? Are y'all beer drinkers out there? Anybody in the chat? Y'all have any questions for him or anything like that? Y'all hit him up. Start sending them in. John Costeca is in the house. Yes, John, my man. All right,
In
we're
here we are. Intentional and the audible. Here we are. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with production here. I got 2 mics here. I mean, still trying to figure things out.
You really are. It's okay. That's part of this. Is life. I mean, this is what happens.
It is.
John Costeca is in the house. Lacey, just so you know.
John Costeca.
The man.
That's it.
The damn man is in the house.
Man,
So
the myth. The
now
legend.
we can
He likes good
start.
beer. He's a big beer guy.
Is he? I'm hearing you double over there, Blasey. I don't know if it's on the mic over there or
Making me work.
technical. Yeah, you get to work over here.
I think I got this mic too high. Let me see what's going on.
That's
We'll
probably
do
what
that.
it is. That's loud. There we go. Yes. All right.
How's that?
Oh, that sounds great.
Ah.
Sounds wonderful. Perfect.
Perfect.
Is that better?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
A little bit better.
that's
A little
flat out
bit better.
perfect is what
Okay.
that is. That's the
Dang
best
right
we've
it is.
sounded ever. Awesome. All right.
Hey, on the
So
fly.
on the
That was
fly.
intentional.
So where did we leave off here? Sorry.
He was
where
just
did-
talking about the intentional and like all
Yeah.
the process.
Well,
Yes,
long
yes.
story
Belgian
short, we
whip.
made some beer that was the wrong beer, and it sold fantastic. And then people wanted it, and we couldn't make it again, so we went away from it. But the truth of making beer is not hard. Making good beer is not hard, but making it in big quantities is. So
Now, do y'all bottle and sell around
we do.
locally or
Yeah, we sell.
things like, okay.
Yeah, we have a distribution network with Budweiser, and
Okay.
and we sell right around here in the Florida Panhandle, Apalachicola, Pensacola, as well as up in Alabama. We have distributors statewide in Alabama. We're just waiting for that perfect beer to come along, and we're gonna blow it up.
It is true. I mean,
They're
it really
they're
is
ready
true.
for us. They're ready for us. They are.
That's awesome.
But we want to put out the perfect beer, and it'll happen.
What is your favorite beer that you have at Props? What's your favorite? Your personal favorite?
Right now, it's the Belgian Wit. It's something we don't always make. It's a one-off. We do it seasonally.
What I'm
It's-
drinking right now.
That's
Was
what I was
Chad-
going to say.
Chad's
I think
drinking.
I think I've heard Blasey
Yeah.
talk about that one. I
Yeah.
think that's what he drinks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it looks
That's
good.
Yeah, that's the way. It is the way right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why haven't you come down yet? That's my
I
question.
just haven't. That's a great
We're-
question.
I'm going to turn
That's
the
a
interview
great
around.
question.
When are
Yeah,
you coming
yeah.
down?
Soon. Very soon. We talked about that today.
He's going to come when we break that record, Nate, for the longest cornhole throw.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be here for that.
You damn right I'm going to be there.
That. Hey, Nate, I'm going to ask you right now, and I hadn't talked to either one of y'all about this, but like it looks like y'all going to have some, as we call it, backing up in Alabama, wrestling going on July the 16th. Wait, maybe we could do it that day because it was supposed to be originally June 1st. July 16th, if we could get Brantley to commit, Tigs over there to come over here, maybe we could also, on the side out there in the lawn, break the world record for the longest cornhole toss.
I think we should do it because that wrestling day is going to be something like nobody out here has ever seen. It is legitimate.
Like fun.
It's legitimate. We did this wrestling thing at our other brewery before, and the guys came out. When my kids showed up, they were awestruck. They were just like, "Oh my God, this is not right." But at the end of the night, they were like, "Get him now!" It is. These guys
turns it around.
Oh, they're athletes, and they put on a show. And
what
it is not to be missed.
They, or what are they?
They are a local. They are a local troupe that does it here out of Pensacola. We've had them at our breweries 2 other times. We love supporting local people, local businesses. If we can do it, we do because we're local guys, man. And this is how we buy tennis shoes for our kids and make sure that everybody's fed. And this is how they do it too. They need the support, and we're gonna do it for them for sure. And it'll be, I can guarantee you this, it will be one of the best nights we've ever had at Props. It's one of the best shows. It's gonna blow everybody's mind. It will.
You're gonna see me there. I'm gonna be there for
Come
that.
on,
I'm
baby.
bringing my son. Yep, we're gonna bringing the fam.
Off to the side.
This is gonna happen.
Break a world record, by the way. Like that'd be great just to have people flipping behind us. You know what's that?
Oh
guy
yeah.
Told you.
Hell
I think
yeah.
He's gonna be here probably too.
I mean, not me. I'm not flipping, but yeah.
And he flipped so many times.
We can get one of these wrestlers.
He flipped about as many times as I flipped.
Chunk one of these bags too. We'll get some of them involved in this world record chase.
I love it, man.
Fun. We may end up having a damn angle. It could turn into a lummy situation where one of us I want to be the one maybe who gets pile drive through a table though.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Work that in there. Get a TIGSbits.
Work an angle in.
I'd be a promoter. I could get in there and get in there and do a nice promo.
So now that
into existence.
Now that I'm doing this interview, Tigs, where's your beer?
I don't have a beer tonight, man. I've got water. I know. It's a disappointing thing. But if I did have a beer, my favorite beer currently is I love Ghost in the Machine. Like that's just my favorite beer. Have you ever had one of those?
Yes, I have.
Figured you had.
Yeah.
I love those, and I love Gnarly Barley Brewery over here in Louisiana with juice. They make juicifer and stuff like that. That's kind of my style.
Hey man, nobody's perfect, but
exactly. Well, I just haven't had yours yet. I'm totally going to, and then you're going to change my ways. I'll have a damn 12-pack sitting behind me just on display. Don't worry, it's all coming from the fine folks at Props.
See, I can tell you right now, Nate, Brantley's going to like that Tupelo. What's that? The Tupelo, the 9?
Yeah, the Tupelo honey.
Yeah.
The double IPA, 9%.
Yeah, he's big on that.
Those are the ones I like.
Powered action, yeah. Sure.
Give me a little octane. You know, I want some purpose behind what I'm sipping on.
Right.
You don't need but a couple of them.
Mix it with that lemonade. It'll be great.
Yes. I wish this was loaded lemonade, but it's just, unfortunately, this is just the most boring night I've had. I've been so dadgum busy lately that not with the show, just totally unshow related that I have, it's just, I barely made it in here to do this tonight.
Honestly, that's what I love about your show though, because every time I tune in, I get to hear about what's going on in your life, whether it's a fishing tournament or a chili cook-off or it doesn't matter. The smallest thing, man, it's right there out for me.
Well, good. I took off two amazing pork butts just before we went live. It started to mess me up because I almost screwed this whole deal up with my timing. I had a 10-minute window and I nailed it, and that stuff is just sitting and resting, waiting for me to go jiggle that bone out, and it was all done with El Jefe rub.
Oh,
I cooked some ribs too, baby back ribs today. I ate ribs for dinner. Unbelievable, that El Jefe. Go get you some. It's still for sale. It's going away. I had dinner with J.D. Marsh last night, actually, at Jubin's here in Baton Rouge. Shout out to Jubin's. It's fantastic. But you can go still go to breggybomb.com and pick up some of those rubs before they kind of go away for a minute, and then they come back rebranded and
Nate, he's a competition barbecue guy that has an unbelievable line of barbecue, like seasonings and products, like just really, really, really super cool, unique stuff. Like, and I really mean that. Like, he sent us stuff, and it's become staples, and I've used almost all of it. Like, it's good from his sauces to his seasoning. And dude, that what's it called? Oh no, I'm drawing a blank right now. Our yellow
brush dust.
Yeah,
the brush dust.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that turmeric deal. That is so good, man. I love.
It's
the brush
so
dust.
different.
I'm completely out of the brush dust now. So
are you? We'll get you some more.
JD, if you're listening, I need some more brush dust.
Yep.
Like ASAP.
JD, I bet JD is not listening because JD and his lovely bride Amber were on vacation, and
good for them.
I believe they're in New Orleans at this point in time. We ain't hearing from them tonight. There's no way. They've had a good time. It's just them, just those two traveling. I got to meet a new couple that lives here in Baton Rouge. This guy, number one, his nickname is Noodle. So. Do you need to know anything else? He'll be coming on sometime. I mean,
I already love him
sometime. Yeah. Super interesting. I learned about basically there's like an Illuminati for horse people in Texas. Learned a little bit about that last night.
Wow.
We'll dig deeper in that with some folks. Just, wild stuff, man. That's the fun of this show, too. That's what's fun about this is we just get on here and start talking. We very rarely have an agenda. We have no problems filling an hour. None.
Oh no, it's something we do. You know what's funny? I don't think Nate knows this, but Sunday about noon, I get a text from I call him GM Joe. He's the general manager here, and Joe's like, "Hey man, you mind helping me with this cornhole tournament?" He was like, our resident alien expert, Bowser, was supposed to come, but I can't get a hold of him. Like, nobody's been able, they can't find him. And I was like, oh gosh, hope you haven't been sucked up by the aliens or anything. But so I come up here on Sunday, on Memorial Day, and I help facilitate and organize and run a cornhole tournament. The first one, I get put out the first round. You know, I'm not a big cornhole guy. The second one, people wanted to choose teams. We did another one at 6, and everybody had their own teams. I said, I'll stay independent in case one solo person walks up and just needs a partner. You know, I was like, some guy walks up and said, hey man, I'd like to be in. I said, who's your partner? He said, well, I don't have one. I was like, well, I'm single. I'll join you. And he said, you mind if I use my own bags? I was like, oh, not at all.
Okay.
Oh, I knew
you got a problem with that.
My team.
And he starts explaining his bags to me. One side's grippy, the other side's smooth, depending on where you're going, what you're trying to do. You know, and dude, we sit there. It was like I got entrapped into this thing of goodness, and like I was like Tiger Woods telling me about golf, and I was listening to everything he was saying, and I learned more about cornhole in 5 minutes talking with him than I knew my entire existence of life. Dude, yeah. And next thing you know, I became that person, and I was out there, you know, just throwing just like he told me, the different types of shots. We won the damn tournament.
Yeah, I was going to say, who won that tournament?
We did. Yeah. He did. We did. Yeah.
It was probably all you, Chad.
I think. Hey, you could ask Steve. I really came through. I made some shots. I mean, the first opening round against what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. Mackenzie. Mackenzie's about 12. So Mackenzie and her mom in the championship.
Is that the one you sent me? Is that the video that you sent me the video testing out? Yeah.
I think I made the first two.
Like, you did. I was skipping through to every toss. I didn't want the fluff in between, but that's the editor in there.
It felt a little awkward, to be honest with you. But then we played a grudge match with these two other guys after that, and it got a little more intense, and we ended up winning that one too. So anyway, my point is, I hadn't seen Bowser since then, so they've been. I don't know if anybody's seen Bowser. We'd like to hear from him. You know.
I did see. Okay. He tweeted. He did tweet within the last 5 days.
That's okay. Well,
that is a fact. Yeah.
I need to get in touch with him. Like,
just got to check him out.
Yeah, because after he came on the show, and
then we haven't heard a whole lot. He comes with a PowerPoint and just absolutely broke it down. I had more questions about.
Bowser was on the show with a PowerPoint.
Oh,
yes.
Talking about aliens. Yes, talking about.
Oh, hell yeah, he was.
No.
Couple weeks ago. Yeah. So
I haven't heard that. I haven't seen that episode.
Oh, you've got to see it.
but I
You
have
gotta
drank
watch
with
it.
Bowser at the
Fantastic.
bar. Ooh.
You've heard the stories. You've heard the stories.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah, I
no.
think-
He runs
Hey,
deep in that stuff.
We went
Yeah.
on. I think this was a 30,000 foot overview at best of where he started. What did he tell you, Blaze?
Yeah.
He's like, next time I come in, I really want to go over. I want to kind of
Yeah.
show how Hitler was
Yeah.
involved in all of this.
More of a
Something, you know, it's like,
a Nazi
okay.
alien.
Yeah.
Deep dive.
Yeah.
Him and Cat Williams are like best buddies. I mean, they are side by side with this thing.
They're out there.
Yeah.
They're out there. Rainey is in the house. Better late than never, she says. And she wants to
Awesome.
know if we picked a new name. It was all a bait and switch, Rainey. We're not
It
changing our
was.
damn
It's
name.
not going to be a new name. We
It's
may do new
TIGSbits.
logos. we
It's
may do some
too.
other stuff.
We're
It's
too deep
TIGSbits.
into it now.
We're way down the rabbit hole here. This is who we are. This is who we're going to be, and we're going to keep having fun and keep growing this thing and keep doing just cool stuff and having people like my man Nate Dogg over here just jumping. I gave him no warning, by the way. He was outside the window.
Zero
I was like,
warning. Yeah.
I got an
I would have worn.
Fantastic.
worn something besides this
We're going
dirty
on in 30
T-shirt.
seconds.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
You're
mind hopping
fine.
on the show. He's like, seriously, you know.
My
So,
wife.
Nate,
My
tell-
wife's at the bar and she's like, "Are you really going to go up there wearing that shirt?" It's like,
I mean, you got a guy in a Rougarou jersey, for God's sakes. I mean, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. Nothing
And
wrong with it. And a JR the Handler shirt.
but shout out to my wife trying to make sure I'm presentable.
Oh, Melissa's awesome, man.
Yes, I understand. Rainey says that no
Love
matter
this
what our
shit.
name is, Bubba would still get it wrong. She's so right. He will. It's Tigs and
Facts.
Tigs. We're gonna get the Bigs and Tigs. And
could
what's her
be
name?
like
Let me.
the-
What's her name?
A podcast. A. What's the name of A? He'd be like
A
B? Is it-
podcast because it comes
Which
up
one is it?
first.
Which one is it? Which one is it? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, man. So
I
Nate,
can't keep up with you.
Yeah.
what do you have? What's some stuff coming up that we need to tell people about? Somebody listening may want to drive there and come
Great
see you.
question.
Yeah, man. We've got some pro wrestling coming up. By pro, I mean they are paid poorly, but they are really good athletes.
But they
It's
beat the
amazing.
shit out of each other
They
and
do.
have fun.
I'm gonna send a couple of slow mos for the last thing to chat over there, and I'll show
We'll
you.
put
It
the
is
loop in.
it is amazing. We've got this Friday. We've got Duchess. We got a party Saturday night. We always have brunch on Sunday. It is not to be missed. It's fantastic.
Yes,
Um,
Chad has definitely sent me pictures and stuff from the brunch.
Yeah.
That I can't wait to be there
Phenomenal,
to do
phenomenal.
that Sunday. That'll be fun.
Josh Hinton out here plays every Sunday, and the vibe is right. The food flows. The margaritas flow. I'm sorry, not the margaritas. The
Mimosas.
mimosas. Thank you very much. Those things flow. It is fantastic. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
to be missed, man. It really isn't. July is going to be a huge month for us. 4th of July. We have huge bands all month, and other than that, we're getting. Do you guys know who Ron Artest is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
of
Ron
course.
Artest is going to be here. He's doing a live show out here, and he started doing comedy. Ron Artest is going to do a show in July.
You're talking
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
wait.
Blazy.
Time out,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
I think
time
you need to
out.
do
Like,
an interview.
we got to get an interview with Ron Artest.
Hell
somehow. I gotta
yeah.
Figure this out.
No,
Like,
no,
man,
I'm just kidding, man. That was
World
all for clicks. There's
Peace.
no.
Oh wow.
It was the only person I don't know why I could think. The only person I could think of was Ron Artest.
He's doing stand up now.
Ron Artest.
He went
Like,
from Ron
where did
Artest
that
to
is
Meta
great.
World Peace to now
Right.
stand up comedian. I was like, man, what a transformation this guy's doing. Like,
It's all my brain could come up with at that moment. I don't even know why Ron
I was
Artest
just
came in.
soaked up in this thing.
I know.
Look at Blazy. He was like, "Yeah, you got us, Nate." I like
Yeah,
all
that
of a
was
sudden,
it.
like, "Holy shit, we could get some really good content from Ron
Yeah.
Artest. This would be great."
Wow. I was like, man, this place is.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, well, that's all I got, brother.
Great. That's so good.
That was great.
Hey, listen,
That was
this
great,
band
dude.
tomorrow night, Duchess, like seriously, if anybody's in this area, like I'm not just saying this band absolutely is mind blowing. They'll start tomorrow. Okay. They play tomorrow night, probably 8 o'clock, 7, 6, I don't even know, but they'll be out here by noon tomorrow, start to set up. They build a
Yeah.
stage out. They frame
6 to
up.
9. They're going to be awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
it is unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
like an 80s rock band. Like you
Mm-hmm.
will not believe the show that they put on. It is something out of this world. This place will be packed tomorrow night.
Duchess
Hell
is amazing. Ron Artest does not play with him. They are amazing.
our test. I was like, I hadn't heard anything about this.
No, that was just like,
Joe
but I
let me
would.
know anything about on our test. I was like, I got to get with his people, and he can get with my people, and we were gonna get something
Yeah,
else here.
exactly.
Make this happen.
What's his handler's name? We'll get our handler to handle up with his handler. That's what we've discovered. It just
so
works
good.
best. Let the handlers handle.
I love it,
That's
guys.
the funnest way. Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah,
great. That's great.
dude. Thank you so much for coming on. Chat.
Cheers.
Y'all,
It was my pleasure.
Before we let him go, any other questions for him? We don't want to let him slip away. I don't know if any of you are beer nerds, here is your chance. This is, and I have a good friend that we've talked about this. You know him, Blasey, my boy Bob DVT.
Yeah.
He's actually, I'm really not a beer drinker. I haven't been a beer drinker, but he is, and he kind of helped develop my palate some, and it's still like I'm a baby. Like I'm nowhere there, but he helped me to realize, there's real beer out there. There are better choices than your Miller Lights, your Bud Lights, and all of those lights, and your Michelob Ultras, all that stuff. There are Coronas, Shane.
Sure.
Talking
Listen,
to you.
There are time for all those beers, man. When you're on a
for
boat,
sure.
yeah,
Absolutely. On a boat,
absolutely.
golf course,
You're on a
there,
lawnmower,
beach.
golf course, a boat, absolutely.
And you just need one quick. You don't want it too heavy, all of that.
100%.
But if you just want flavor and you're wanting
Sure.
to,
If you want a little more alcohol, a little more flavor, if you want to enjoy, sit back and not,
Come into a beautiful
get the
facility
buzz.
like this place, and
Unbelievable.
sit down and enjoy
Yeah.
yourself, and just sip on a nice, crisp barrel roll Belgium wheat here from Props Brewery, folks.
Yep.
Right here it is, Props Brewery.
So
Never
what's
know.
going on out? What's happening out there tonight? I hear some cheers and stuff every now and then. Is it
Karaoke.
trivia or something tonight?
Karaoke.
Oh, it's karaoke.
Yes, it is. Steve.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Karaoke.
Yeah, he does a
Oh,
great
yeah.
job.
You gonna sing
think-
tonight,
We
Blaze?
got a duet going right now. We got a duet coming up right now. Probably. I don't know. Maybe.
Does Blasey ever sing at this, Nate? Does he ever get on there?
I think I've seen him once. Yeah,
think
but I
that's
think
right.
he's seen me 0 times.
Yeah, I think that statement is true. I think
Yeah.
once and
But
0.
but I have to
One
drink.
and oh.
I have to drink tequila to sing
To
karaoke.
get up there.
I do, for sure.
Yeah.
Your boy Fontaine says, "Can you
Yeah.
make a beer that tastes like Miller Lite?"
And you know what? And
Probably
this
can't.
that's a really good question. And the answer is no. And the reason the answer is no is Miller Lite is pasteurized, and that requires a very expensive piece of equipment and heating the beer and cooling it. So Miller Lite will last for like 5 years in a can, whereas craft beer will not. Most of the time will not. So,
How long will a craft beer last in a can? That's a good something
So-
I've never really thought about.
Yeah, if you go to the store, personally, I wouldn't buy anything that's over 4 months old, and everything has a born on date on it. So nothing over 4 months, but 6 months you're safe. But you want to buy fresh craft beer. Anything older than that, any bit of oxygen in there starts to, everything starts to disintegrate. Oxygen and sunlight is the enemy of beer. So any bit of oxygenation will make sure that your beer starts to disintegrate faster. So anything under 4 months is fine, but the freshest beer is the best beer. If you see something in January and something in March, buy January.
If you have, okay. That's
Well,
good
actually,
to know.
I'm sorry. By March.
By
Because
March,
you're
yeah,
going-
by the
you're
freshest.
going
I was
yeah,
like, okay.
By the freshest.
All right, yes,
Sorry.
by the freshest. No,
By
that
the
makes
freshest.
sense.
It's kind of like when I used to dip Copenhagen back in the day. You have to look at the bottom of that thing. I want the freshest date near that
Yep.
date,
True.
and it was just that simple.
Every single time.
Find something within 2 or 3 weeks. It's like, oh yeah, this is money right
Yep.
here, crisp.
Is
and
it
fresh.
is it a wives' tale that if for a beer to get hot or be a cold beer, you have it on ice, then it warms up, and then you make it cold again? Does that actually affect the taste of a beer in a can?
So pasteurized beer, it will not get heat struck. But there are beers that can get heat struck. A beer, the question that you're asking is very general, but a lot of beers, like we have a blood orange blonde or a blueberry, it has a lot of fruit in it, right? Or we come out with a cucumber lime. the beer that has fruit in it will not last as long. And lagers are different than ales. So the question that you're asking is a very general question. So any way that I answer it, it could be wrong. Generally though, you do not want to heat up beer and cool it. If it's a Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light, pasteurized lager, you'll be fine for a year. Craft beer, keep it cold, keep it fresh. You open the beer, drink it. If you get a growler, open it, drink it within 2 weeks.
Okay, that was a question. I was going to say, how long can you have? Can you keep 2 weeks? Okay.
2 weeks for a growler. After that,
okay,
go buy another one. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Unless you're really hard up.
I mean,
we've all been there.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't taste that terrible. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. It works. It still works.
And if you want it just to work, it'll work. It'll still work.
That's right. Yeah. For sure.
So
for sure.
Awesome.
Those are a couple questions I've always had. So hey, I wasn't prepared.
And I'll tell you here's a cool fact. People like this. There is no known pathogen that can live in beer. So if you are going to get food poisoning, it'll never be from beer. If you go out and you're like, oh man, I had a beer, it tasted skunk. No, there's no pathogen
from it.
There, you cannot get sick from beer. The alcohol in it will kill any pathogen. As a matter of fact, you drink it and you have bad pathogens in your stomach. Sometimes it can kill the pathogens that would make you sick.
Wow.
But beer will not give you food poisoning.
So beer makes you healthy. That's what he's saying. Yeah,
that's what
that's an official statement here, guys, from TIGSbits podcast and Props Brewery.
It's
beer will
good
kill
for
all
you.
pathogens in your body.
Yes, right out of Run Our Test mouth.
Oh, that is perfect. That
callback.
is perfect. Yeah, perfect callback. Perfect.
Do you see why I like this guy? Do you see why I like
Hell
this
yeah.
place? Like, this is,
yes,
this is
absolutely.
This is just too easy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. I look forward to finally getting there and getting to meet you, Nate, throwing a few back. I'll try every single one that you have. We'll do a review. I may be not in a good shape by the end of this review, but I think it'd be fun, you know?
It will be.
Paul says, yeah, beer is good for you. It just, I think that's what it is.
It's great.
Fontaine says that this is why he doesn't ever get sick. I mean, it makes sense to me. Rainey says, note to self, find a new excuse that it's good to know. We don't need an excuse. Yeah. I needed an excuse. What the hell's the problem tonight? Now I want a beer. And I probably am about to get one, to be honest with you, after all this talk. Yeah.
You already should have. Yeah. Which we didn't know we were bringing on Nate tonight until literally, I think it was 7.00. I was like, hey, man.
If you guys ever have me on again, I'll be in a tuxedo. It's going to be on. That's right. I'm going to come prepared. Yep. My hair will be combed.
With Melissa behind him, massaging him as he goes. It'll be a whole production. So that's why I wanted to get him in the raw, because I knew that's what we'd get is some crazy stuff. Like,
my sweet wife she'll make sure I brush my teeth. It'll be on.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
John's right. The walkaway point here is that beer equals healthy living. I think we can all agree with that.
There we go. There we go. That's the whole point of this show. Beer.
That's right.
Healthy living.
That's why I think we should change the name of the show to Beer Equals Healthy Living. That should be the change. Since we didn't change the name of the show.
There's the name change. We are changing the name of the show tonight.
You can't.
That's the name now. That's a new name. Beer Equals Healthy Living.
Not the name of our show, but the name of this show.
Just the name of this show. That's right. Just the name of this.
It was all a big work.
Tomorrow this goes out. This goes out everywhere. If you listening, it goes out on the audio. Will go out tomorrow morning.
Too many of us are hooked on
TIGSbits. That's what it will be called.
Change it.
That's right.
I agree.
Well, boys, I think that's a good show. We're gonna wrap it up here. We'll be going for a little bit. Let Nate get back to running his joint. Let Blossy, the one-man posse, go stir it up in there like I know he does on Thursday nights when we finish these, and we'll call it a night, gentlemen.
Enjoyed it. Nate, thank you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I definitely appreciate you.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Awesome, man.
That was great.
Awesome.
That was great.
That was great. Look, We appreciate all you guys. If you hadn't hit the like button, do it now. Please share it when this goes off. Rainey, I saw that you said you're going to go back to the beginning and watch it. Appreciate you. Y'all share it. Do all that stuff. We're still trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers. I don't know how many we picked up tonight, but let's just keep on grinding. We're going to keep bringing you good content. We'll see y'all next week.
I said, what's up? Looked at my brother and said, damn, what's up? We got Nate Dogg, Warren G back here playing. Dude, I really want to get into that. That's some stuff. I think I may play that again here in a minute.
That's what I'm talking
Better
about.
Johnny Cash. See y'all.
Go regulate, Blasey.